Hello and welcome to my first ever vlog. It's been a while since I uploaded to YouTube for various different reasons, but I've recently started a full-time position at Nash Tackle working as a content creator, which means I'm going to be going out fishing and making monthly content both on this channel and Nash TV. This series is going to show you an insight into my life both on and off the bank. Without further ado, let's get into it. So here we are, the first episode of Boat Life. I'm going to be going through all the highs and lows of owning a boat in central London. As you can see, I'm sitting on it now. But before we get into that, I thought it'd only make sense to take you right back to the start. So rewind to January of 2020. With me and my partner Stacey, both wanting to live in central London, we looked around for the best possible options. Buying a house or flat was out of the question with the little money we had. However, we did want to avoid renting, so that led us onto boats. Now, I've always been keen on boats, not just for the fishing, but also for the unique style of living. We spent months looking and eventually found this 28-foot cruiser, which came with a residential mooring, not only in central London, but also renowned for some good fishing. Now, of course, the fishing wasn't the most important thing, but it definitely played a part. And just as it happens, this place is somewhere that I'd actually fished in the past and was home to some really cool carp. Aside from that, it was one of the cheaper marinas when it comes to the mooring fees. So we wasted no time and went to view this boat. Although it was by no means a dream home, it did have a warm feel to it, so after discussion, we decided to take the plunge and we bought it. Unfortunately, COVID struck throughout the buying process, and it wasn't until July that we actually moved in. When the time came, it was a really exciting experience, not only for me and Stacey owning our first property, but also coming to terms with boat life. What you after, mate? Do you like the plants? She don't like plants, but I love them. You don't like plants. You literally just moaned at me and stormed off in the middle of IKEA.
It's hanging down.
Well, they're going to look fantastic, so...
Well, they better.
They will. With us both being pretty busy with work, we actually didn't spend a lot of time on the boat. We had loads of plans for the summer, to have picnics on the deck, have friends round, but as life goes, got loads of things going on and we just didn't get round to it. So time flew by and the winter passed over, and it actually became a time where we were looking to have the boat out of the water to have a fresh survey to get our licensing renewed. We didn't plan to be out of the water for too long, maybe a week or two, as we both had full-time jobs, and the plan was kind of do some work in between, get the paint done and obviously wait for the results of the survey. And yeah, we were quite excited, put our personal touches on it and then get it back on the mooring, ready for a lovely summer ahead. After getting the boat out of the water, we found out there was numerous different problems, from rusting underneath to a non-slip deck that needed a lot of work, ripping out completely, and it was almost a guarantee that we were going to have to spend a lot more money than anticipated. And at first we were pretty sad about it. We thought we'd bought this boat that just needed a few touch-ups and it was a happy home, but typical boat life, anyone knows who's got a boat, there's always work to be done, and that was all we could do. We both booked a few weeks off work and we just got stuck into it and tried to complete the task that needed to be done in as little time as possible so we could be back in the water.
So this is the current state of affairs. We're at that point in the Grand Designs episode where they're about £86 million over budget and 12 years late.
That was the most important thing done. All the steel welding had been done underneath and it was time to move on to a now bigger job, which was the deck. It took a long time ripping all of that non-slip material up, and then it was a case of grinding it all back, having it all shiny, and then having a welder come in and cut a massive plate out and fit us some new steel.
Yeah, move your missus's thing.
Missus's. all a bit of a laugh, in it, mate?
It's a nice sunny morning. Second half of the deck's being primed with one coat. Jacob's singing, what is it? Beauty and the Beast?
It's amazing. The boat is nearly finished today. Final day. Nice weather on the last day. Stacey's starting to paint the cabin. I'm going to join her now. Yeah, very, very happy. It's been a long process, but although it looks amazing, we know that it's taken a lot more than that, just a few coats of paint. We've had to literally graft for weeks and weeks to get it to that stage. But yeah, finally there, and we'll see you when we're back in the water.
We're afloat, baby! Woo-hoo!
Done. Finally. Yeah, we're in. Cheers.
At long last.
I know, yeah. Please be no holes, please.
Imagine they just lower it, it just keeps
Lower
on
it
going.
and the water just goes bubbles, bubble, bubble,
Just
bubble.
keeps going all the way.
Gorge. It's bubbling. Does that mean there's holes in it? His face. He was like, oh, George, look at them bubbles coming out. Does that mean it's sinking? Oh God, it's actually laughable when I look back at it, because if I'd have only known what was to come, there'd have been no way I'd have been making those kind of jokes. Shortly after the boat had been lowered back into the water, me and one of the marina staff went in just to make sure everything was all right, and as we lifted the engine bay hatch, we realised quite quickly that there was actually water making its way into the boat. This was the worst possible outcome. We'd spent weeks and weeks working hard, and this day was supposed to be the grand celebration. The boat back in the water. We'd even arranged to meet up with friends and have dinner to celebrate, but it wasn't to be, and we could only assume that it was actually trapped water in between the two plates, and the pressure of the dock was actually forcing the water out, and maybe had we have waited longer, that would have actually stopped. So with no other option, we decided to be lowered back in the following day. Yeah, it's like torture. While water is still coming in the boat, slowly but too quick, put it that way. We really did think today was going to be the day. Stacey's just at least making
that I'm
in the Bahamas.
Yeah, either on a sun lounger in the Bahamas, or that we're back at our mooring spot and it's all fine and we have a boat that doesn't sink, doesn't leak, doesn't rain inside.
Weather's nice, like.
Yeah, and we should be enjoying it over there, literally just over there. Just gearing up to hopefully weld over the problem area, which is right next to Jacob by the rudder. I mean, it will be a miracle in my opinion if this works, but stranger things have happened, so here we go. There it is. All this miler for that. He sat on them and always just swung straight backwards into the water, which would just make our day at this stage, I think. Wouldn't you agree?
I think to be honest, I'd have to just probably laugh or just let myself sink. So we go again.
Come on. Please, 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 please. Third time lucky. Please, please, please. We're all standing by.
It was so fucking off because the rat was what
Nothing's coming
the rat
in.
chewed straight through.
But we're not celebrating just yet.
So
Yeah, still dry, mate. Thank the Lord. Honestly, hole's been found.
Oh my god.
Stress is over. We're back in the water.
We are actually on the water.
I'm getting absolutely
Trolleyed.
smashed tonight. Getting there, the Enterprise.
I cannot believe it. At long last. Celebratory pizza.
All good. No more stress. That day is almost a year on, and I'm thankful that since then we've had no major issues. Now I know this episode of Boat Life has been really long. I've tried to sort of cram it all into one as much as possible. I didn't want to drone on for too long. After all, this is a fishing video, but I hope you've enjoyed the lows of Boat Life, and hopefully in next month's Boat Life episode I'll be able to show you some of the highs and some of the best parts of living on a houseboat in central London.
Stacey Jones.
In the lockdown of 2020, I bought myself a small fishing boat. It was always a dream of mine cruising the river and canal systems in search of carp, and I couldn't believe it was actually becoming a reality. Once the work was done and the lockdown eased off, I brought the boat back with me to London. Those warm summer days cruising the river give a buzz like no other. Despite my desire to hit the fishing hard that year, there was a lot of catching up to be done from the lockdown. I did set out on a few trips though, and managed some lovely carp. Each and every session on the river brings with it a new adventure. I travelled across many different stretches, exploring what this incredible waterway had to offer. The fishing certainly isn't easy, but to those who put the effort in, there's some special fish to be caught. My first 2 years have flown by on the river, and I promise to dedicate more time on the boat in the coming years. Throughout this section of the vlog, I'll be documenting my river campaign and bringing you on every adventure with me. And that brings me to now. So it's been between 8 and 10 months since my last fishing session on the boat. I've just been so busy, and the boat's just been left almost abandoned. The engine broke, the tarp got ripped so water was coming in. It wasn't actually possible for me to sleep on it with the mould and paint work that needed to be done. So before I go any further, I'm going to take you back to the work that I've been doing over the last couple of months to get the boat ready for the first spring adventure. Right, we're at the heap of trash, which is the Kingfisher. It's actually depressing. This boat was in gleaming condition only 18 months ago. For whatever reason, I've let it go to this. Engine's broken, so we've got no engine. So that's being looked at. I'm looking to buy one in the next few months. I might as well just throw the boat in the bin. I need to sort this boat out. So me and Alpar, he's helping me out thankfully, and we're going to sand it all back. We're going to paint it inside, sort the inside out first, and then we've got a new windshield. We're going to fit that, get the new tarp on, get the engine, and hopefully, it's the middle of Jan now, so with a bit of luck, by sort of mid-March time, the boat will be ready for those early spring missions, which is exciting. It's nice to sort of renovate something, knowing that you've got to get an end date, get it finished, ready for a little fishing mission. So yeah, it's all going to be hard work for the next few trips down here, but hopefully it'll all be worthwhile. It's the magic engine. I like your style. What? 2022. F the work. We're turning up. We're getting turned in here. I hate boats. I hate boats. Why did I ever buy a boat? Constant work, constant money. The day has finally come. I've got myself an engine for the Kingfisher. And not only that, but my mate's going to drive it today to put on the boat. So I'm so excited. The boat's not had an engine on it now for probably 4 or 5 months. And then when it did, that one was broken for months. So this will be the first time in a long time I've been able to drive the Kingfisher, which just gives me a massive buzz, ready for spring and going on adventures. So yeah, let's get her out of this big container. She's all running, she's all ready to go. So yeah, let's get her out and head off to the river. Got Vienna coming for the ride. She's enjoying the sun. Aren't you, Vienna? Looking forward to going on the boat. Finally, the day has come. Hopefully it doesn't cut out after 5 minutes. No, it's good. It's a good engine. Full start as well, no messing about with a key.
You got an audience of Canada geese watching your daily struggle.
Right, come on. Got some tunes, right, here we go. There she is.
I know today.
Right, let's untie her and take her for a ride quick.
Poor dog.
And then we'll finish this paintwork.
I hate
Right,
this.
Vienna. The first drive of the year. You ready, George?
Not really.
Hopefully we go, if not we'll be stuck in the middle of the river. That would be forwards. That would be... This gearbox is in my hand.
I'm struggling to film knowing that you're just going to kill us.
No, we're sweet, mate. Oh, there's me rope. She's off. It's a bit backhanded. I'm doing it with a gearbox in my hand. Yes. Oh, it's been a long time coming. The Kingfisher is back on the move. What's the date?
7th or 8th of February or something? 9th
8th
maybe?
of Feb. Perfect timing to get ready for March. March is a good fishing season, George. He's not into fishing, but he's into boats.
I'm into fishing.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. When I was 4 years old, I caught a catfish in Scotland on a sea fishing trip.
Catfish in the sea? That's the first.
It was like a yeah, it was like a catfish. It
Flounder.
Like a cat.
Flounder.
Maybe it's flounder. I was 4.
Or dogfish.
I was 4.
It's a dogfish. Let's park her up and get her sanded, and then I can actually.
Now the labour. I thought I was coming for a leisurely cruise.
No, mate. We've got to do some hard work now. We've got to sand the whole thing, paint it.
This is one ugly boat.
It looked nice a year ago. It looked really clean and fresh.
You trashed it.
Yeah. Right, let's turn it round. I need your help. Cut the camera.
Film this.
I'm doing a total 180. Come
No,
on.
I wouldn't do it now. Oh no. It's reverse. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. We're going straight into that Collingwood. Scaring the ducks, the local wildlife don't.
Look at that for a turn. Gorgeous.
Cocky now.
Beautiful.
It's such a smooth gear change.
You've got to just bump. You've got to bump it in, mate. Here we go. Ready? Oh.
You're gonna blow it up.
Mate, I honestly don't know how I'm going to get into that parking space.
Just turn in.
No, I'm not turning in because I'm going to
it?
smash the fiberglass straight.
And yeah, but just make sure you're reversing.
And I've got a big old set of boats coming head on.
It looks like you can't drive, Jacob.
I can't. I've got the gear stick in my hand.
It's best cuddler.
Look how many boats there are.
Cool.
There's literally 5 boats coming. Perfect.
Just for you
Perfect.
to
For my
crash into
first
one.
drive. Right, here we go.
Go on, show us.
Proper old school cut off. Who needs a key? There she goes. Perfect parking. Right, let's sand it so I can actually sleep in the thing because it's no good. How many carp? None yet.
Not yet.
Is that a fishing boat? Yeah.
Good job, mate.
Good luck.
I saw all your videos.
Oh really? Nice one, mate. See you soon, yeah? So that's it for this month's Kingfisher episode. Make sure you tune in next month because I'm going to be doing some final touches and then embarking on the first fishing trip of the year. It's been too long since I fished on the boat and hopefully I can christen it with a nice spring carp. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to Angel Aquarium, a tropical fish store in the middle of London and a place that I actually started working at about 5-6 years ago. when I was studying performing arts just down the road. This was my first proper job in London. I've got a really good relationship with the owner. And yeah, it kind of escalated from there. I asked the boss if I was able to open a small tackle shop. There's no tackle shops around this area, central London. There's canals and park lakes, but nowhere to get your tackle. People were driving outside of London. So I said to the boss, can I sell a little bit of tackle? And I started with Nash, and then I expanded. I had a few bait companies, a few tackle companies, and it was doing really well. It was working nicely, sort of a little side business, if you like. I spent a lot of time and money building this extension. This used to be an outdoor area. So now it's used as storage. The boss has said I can keep all of this space for my fishing stuff, providing that I clean his fish tanks. So that moves on to why I'm here. Today is tank maintenance day, so I've got to do a few cleans around the shop, just a couple of hours, and then I'm going to head off and do a couple of tank cleans. I've got one at a school and I've got one in someone's back garden. If fish keeping is something that interests you, then stick around for this part of the vlog. I've got to quickly go downstairs, net a few fish out of the tanks, and then take them over to the school where I'm going to add them into this lovely 500 litre fish tank. But we've got plenty of fish coming in. How are you enjoying the new job, Liv?
It's great.
You love it, yeah?
With your camera in my face. It makes it even better.
These fish are pretty cool. Siamese fighting fish. These are all males, so they're all separated, and if they were put in the same tank, they'd literally rip each other to shreds. Male on male, as you can see there, look. Go on, mate, have him. Cool fish though, nice bright colours. Here's the tank. To be fair, looks pretty clean. We put all the plants in, all the fish, the rocks and stuff. I like this kind of Amazon rainforest looking style tank, so that's what we went for. The fish are all small at the moment, got some angel fish, some nice pretty Congo tetras in there, and obviously some more additions today, so I'm going to get this cleaned and add in the new fish. All the plants are out. Got it back to plain gravel and wood. Now it's a case of siphoning all the dirt, the algae and the poo out of the gravel, taking the water down probably by about 30 or 40%. Well, that's enough about fish tanks. Let's get on to the part of the video that I assume you've all been waiting for. Well, that's the first baiting up mission done. Stacey came with me.
I'm cold.
She's already whinging saying she's cold, and it's actually quite mild. What's the date? It's the middle of November.
7th November.
So it's not the middle, it's the 7th. So we're a week into November. We had a frost last week, so it was really chilly. However, today is about 14, 15 degrees. Nice southwesterly wind. So the perfect time to start my little winter campaign or late autumn campaign on the 2 and 3 reservoir. Caught a really nice fish from here, a big fish, early on in the summer. However, I'd like to catch a few more of the special carp that reside in this lake. So Stacey's going to join me. She's going to carry all my gear for me, going to prepare all my food for me. She doesn't quite look too happy about that. No, joking. She won't be coming, it's too cold for her. However, she has come to accompany me for a little baiting up mission. Going to head off home now, and I'm going to be on the gate at 8 in the morning. Hopefully the weather's the same as it is today. Nice wind, reasonably warm, and you never know, we might even be able to catch one on the first day. That's the plan. First day, it's in the swim. Wind's still trickling down this way, nice and warm, little bit of light rain, pressure's slightly dropping today, feels good. nice and stealthy. I've got the bushwhacker just to the side of the trees. I'm just going to go around there, make sure that the bushwhacker's sitting in the right spot before I decide to come back and turn it, just to be precise, and then from then on I'll know exactly how many sections, and I'll know that I'm dropping it exactly where the pre-bait went in. Well, that disturbance on the surface was a carp that just came clean out the water. I've just got here, it's just past 8 o'clock. And as you can see, this is the first swim on the lake. The spot I'm fishing is just down that bank, but I've been stopped. I actually started out by seeing a nice patch of fizzing out here. I always check this corner. And then just as I was watching the fizzing, one came clean out the water. So this is the perfect swim for the bushwhacker. Totally silent, I don't need to cast the lead out, and they seem to really like this area in the morning, so it's definitely worth a couple of hours. And if not, I can move down into my spot that I baited last night. I've got one. I actually cannot believe it. It just shows that a couple of signs this time of year, and using that bushwhacker and getting rigs out silently. I've only been here an hour and I've hooked one. This lake is not easy, especially not this time of year. Come on. It's fighting really hard in the margin. Feels like a good fish. Oh my God, lovely one. Lovely mirror. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get in. Yes. Get in! You do not understand how happy I am. Get in! Sometimes your luck's in. I literally fished this place really hard in the summer and it was so difficult. And obviously I caught that big common, and after that I really wanted to come back. I've just started a full-time job with Nash, and I said to myself, I'm going to give Walthamstow a really good go in November. Came down with my girlfriend, baited a spot a bit further down, and yesterday I sat there all day and I didn't see anything, and I was already in that mindset of this is going to be really tough. Am I picking the wrong water for this time of year? Saw some fish this morning, dropped a couple of rigs out quietly with a bushwhacker. The sun's come out, it's a beautiful day, probably 13 degrees, middle of November, and I've got one. I've actually caught one. Day 2 just proves I'm the only one on the lake that just keep sticking at it. Oh, look at the colours on that. What a fish. What a fish. First one of this little November campaign. Just like Walthamstow normally is, fresh on the gate and every day is different to the last. I found some fish in a little quiet corner. Slowly got the bushwhacker out and dropped it on top of the fizzers, and here's the reward. Really nice dark fish. I've probably got 4 or 5 more sessions. It is going to drop in temperature. To be honest, I don't care. What a fish, and for this time of year as well. Made up. Let's get it back. Just had this in the post. I'll be honest, I'm pretty old school when it comes to carp fishing. I've never used a bait boat or a drone or anything electrical like this, but a lot of people now have told me that this is an edge, so I thought, why not give one a try? Especially in the winter months where it's really hard to find the fish. I'm not actually going to use this to find the carp, but what I will be using it for is to find little carp holes, especially sort of silty lakes where there's rushes and rubbing sticks. This will tell you exactly where the little dips are that you've just got no hope of finding with a bare lead. So looking forward to using it. Unfortunately, I can't use it on the lake that I'm fishing tomorrow. I'm about to go off on a little social with a few friends, and they don't allow any electricals like bait boats and drones and things like this. So I'll be testing that out next week, which probably will appear in the next vlog, and I'll show you how to use it and how I like it. Hopefully it lives up to its reputation. But yeah, I'm going to head off and get out for this session with my mates on the Park Lake. Here they are. Little bit late, boys, but I'll let you off. Look at you two all loaded up, you know. You need a little barrow, mate.
I hope they get to know me good.
Which lake is it?
That one there, look, see the middle one?
That?
Yeah.
How many fish are in this lake, Polish? Loads, yeah? Don't say that on the film, because then if we blank, we look like idiots. Say it's proper low stock.
Proper low stock, very plenty as well.
4 or 5 carp in there.
4 or 5 max, 4.5.
4.5. I was actually wheezing of laughter over there, you know. I looked over and I thought, is that a big log on the floor? And I seen Lewis start laughing. Jesus. We finally got here after walking 17 miles up a hill.
I fell down a hill.
Feels like the middle of summer.
Hey, look at me from this.
Right, I've never fished here before. Rock, paper, scissors. The winner chooses where they want to fish. Me and Lewis ain't got a clue where we want to fish anyway, so it's not going to help us.
Well, how are we doing it? We're going like rock, paper, scissors,
I'm going with Polish first.
Alright, go on.
Wait, how do you do it? Rock,
It's
paper,
a
scissors,
rock,
snap.
paper, scissors, boom.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah, yeah. On, boom. Yeah.
Ready? No
Rock.
cheating. Wait.
Wait.
Rock, paper, scissors, boom.
Oh!
Let's start a free. No. Come on. No. Where are you fishing?
Left.
Me and you now for middle up.
Middle one.
Ready?
Middle one, right.
Rock, paper, scissors, boom. Oh, you're lying. I got shit.
No, but they do get in there. They do get in there.
Where do you want? Middle?
Middles.
Oh, so I'm out. I'll see you later. I'm off home. You want film, Lewis, just to let you know. Don't crack off or anything.
2 seconds later.
Good. Keep it stronger.
So but you not climb them.
I'm not even getting a drop there, Lewis. I've just come round the other side because from that distance, I reckon it's about 90 yards, I couldn't get a good drop, and I want to figure out exactly how deep it is, because although it's winter and it's cold, if there's a good bit of depth, even 3-4 foot off these rushes, it might be a good little starting point. So no, see there, so it's a foot deep, so if I was casting from the other side into there, I'd have no hope. I've got about 1.5 foot there. I'm looking for about 3 foot ideally. 2 foot. Right, now that is much deeper where Lewis is fishing, and there's a nice shelf so it bumps up. He wants to be casting about there, and then I'll be able to put some bait out for him. Here we go, mate. Perfect. Is that your tactic? One at a time into the spom, yeah?
One at a time in the spump, you know what I mean?
You can't rush, mate, can you?
Can't rush.
Every crumb matters.
It does. Oh yeah, need that.
And I'm taking my bucket.
Oh, what's that he's putting in there? Oh, he snuck it back in the bag.
Special sauce.
Polish. So whoever catches the most, what we're saying, the loser's got to jump in the pond, yeah?
Oh,
Looking nice and frosty, mate. How was your sleep?
I'm actually warm. Look, I've got no socks on.
Oh, get your trotters out, mate.
You know what I mean, mate?
Nice and warm, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Proper angler, mate. None of these new boys and that. You know what I mean? Like, proper angler.
Part-timers.
You know what I mean? Terry Adam's cousin and that.
What have we caught then?
I've just got a cold on my nose, frostbite on the head.
Proper angler. Proper angler.
Oh, flat spot Polish over there, look.
Boy, look. Oh, we're in. Look, we're having one. We're
Jesus.
having one. Look at that, you know. They're on the bait. And they're on the...
He's in. Are you actually in, or is it a bird?
I'm in.
This is the spot that we were just showing the slick. He's got
I'm
one.
in. Yes. We've actually got one. I told you there's fish in here.
I think that's a bird, mate. We'll soon find out.
It ain't. Yes, first fish in here! I'm in on the boat! I didn't even think there was fish in it. Honestly.
That was so random, mate. I was looking at his rods as well. I just seen the bobbin pull up.
Oh, they do get over there.
They do get over there. They do get over there. I told you, bro. They go over there.
He's actually got a bite.
I don't know how I've done it. Imagine it's the big one.
That's a big fish.
Mate, the slick's still coming up. Look at my slick.
Yeah,
Look
I'm
at-
gonna get a run on that now.
Mate, there's fish on that spot there, look. That was 20 spoms, wasn't it, on that?
20 spawns on one rod.
You hearing this?
That's what you call an absolute G.
Mate, he's got the big one, hasn't he?
He's got a big one on, isn't he?
Mate, he's been playing it about 5 minutes.
I don't know what's going on.
I can't actually, but Joe, genuinely, I was looking at your bite alarm when it went off.
It was a slow take.
No,
it
it
was
just
a proper
went beep,
slow
beep,
take.
beep, beep.
And
It
then
started kiting. Bro, that's the big common. Bro, you've had the big common that we won about last night. Unless there's another upper 20 common, £30 common in here. Bro, we were talking about
I
that.
swear to God.
There's like 2 30s in this lake, and this guy's got the big common.
He's called it.
I told you, I said last night I'm having it.
Look, that's the big common, mate, all day. Nah?
It's a two-tone.
No, that's a nice fish.
Upper 22-tone one. That's it. That's the upper 22-tone one.
Here it goes. Here we go. Here we go. One. Go on, the boys.
He's done it.
Yeah, that's big.
Oh,
That's £30, mate.
That's the swirly. That's swirly.
That's £30.
That's the big one.
Yes!
I'm slide tackle him.
Hey! Hey! What? What?
Hey.
Put us all to shame.
Lovely, isn't he? He's big, isn't he?
What weight he is?
We reckon he's about 20 something pounds.
Proper up front, isn't he? It's like Eric who always waits on his head. That would do.
Go on, the boy.
First session with the nods.
Noddy social.
Noddy social, what you do, man?
get in for a shot.
Get in. You know what I mean?
Quick winter session.
Lovely.
Me and Lewis have blanked. Typical. Polish leading the way.
Wallop crew crunch. Wallop trust.